Welcome. Today we'll be exploring a short postural yoga practice, and we'll be exploring the idea of less is more, which is a really important concept in yoga therapy and how yoga therapy can help us reduce symptoms and feel better. For this practice, you'll want to locate a strap-like object, whether that is a yoga strap or a bathrobe tie or a longer belt or a dog leash works really well for this, whatever you can find. You may also like to have some pillows or cushions. Not as important to have those. Not important at all to have a yoga mat. We will be lying down, and in fact, if you prefer not to lie on the floor, you can lie on your furniture if you like. So we'll start out lying down. Feel free to use a pillow if you like. We'll start out with the knees bent, and some of us have a habit of stepping the feet as close as we can to the sitting bones. If that's you, you might like to see if you bring your feet a little further away, if that changes the amount of ease that you feel around the front and backs of your hips, your low back, maybe even your knees. We will just leave this strap to the side for now. And we'll take just a moment to check in with your body. If you'd like to take longer, just go ahead and pause this video, do your check-in and your centering, and then restart the video when you're ready to do some movement. So we'll just check in with any sensations that you're feeling, make any adjustments that you need to be more comfortable here. Notice how it feels to be breathing as you're lying here. And maybe slow your breath down just a little bit. No strain, still nice and easy breathing. Does not have to be particularly deep. You might have your feet with a little bit of space between them. Some people might like to step the feet out wider towards the outer edges of your yoga mat if you're on one, or just a little bit wider than the outer part of your hips. So anywhere with a little bit of space between the feet that feels comfortable for you. We're going to try to keep the feet where they are. We're going to move the knees with your breath. So you'll find your breath in. Then as you breathe out, let your knees come over to the right, any amount that feels good. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, knees over to the left, any amount that feels good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees over to the right. Now, what most of us will do automatically is take the knees as far as possible to each side, as far as feels comfortable or as far as we can, to be frank. And so in keeping with the idea of less is more, let's play with a different way of doing these windshield wipers. Next time your knees come up, we're going to just take the smallest possible movement to the right. Back to center, smallest possible movement to the left. Back to center, smallest possible movement to the right. Back to center, smallest possible movement to the left. And then notice what it feels like to do these teeny tiny micro movements. What do you feel in your body? And what's going on in your mind and your emotional sense? Do you find this liberating or frustrating or confusing? What's going on? And then in between the biggest movement you can do and the smallest movement you can do, there are many, many, many options. So pick one somewhere in between. And then follow the rhythm of your breath. Take your knees side to side. In that in-between range of motion, and notice how that feels. What is the quality of the movement? Is it smooth? Is it jerky? Is it hesitant? Is it easy? Is it challenging? And how does this land in your whole body-mind system? And then when you're ready, bring your knees back up towards the ceiling. You might walk your feet a little narrower if that helps you feel a little more stable. And then just notice how you feel after that hip movement. And then we'll take the strap into your hands. I like to just fold mine in half because it's a little bit longer so that the buckle doesn't flap down in my face. We're going to hold the strap in your hands about as wide as your shoulders to take your arms up towards the ceiling. If you think about the top of your upper arm bone here, we're just going to let that relax down onto the floor. You might feel your shoulder blades against the floor. Take a couple of breaths right here. We're going to keep the hands connected to the strap about above your shoulders. And so we're keeping that same width between your hands. Keeping your upper arm bones settled down towards the floor. Nice and slow, following your breath, you're going to start to take your arms back towards the wall behind you. And you're going to notice how this feels. We're going to move in a range that feels comfortable and easy. Taking the arms back, taking the arms back up. Really simple, small movement with the arms and the shoulders. And then you're just going to notice how this feels. Now, most of us, again, just like with the windshield wipers in the legs, will do these pullovers by going as far as we possibly can. So you do a few like that if that's how you're doing it. Really notice how that feels. And then come back up and then do the smallest movement you can do. So we're still thinking about the arms moving in the shoulders towards the wall behind you, but finding a teeny tiny micro movement and really be aware of the upper arm bone at the shoulder, what's happening in that joint, what's happening around your shoulder blade. What are the sensations you're feeling around your shoulders as you do this, up into your neck and jaw, down into your back or your abdomen? And then in between the smallest movement you can do and the biggest movement you can do, there's lots and lots of options, so you might just pick one. And then notice how that's different. We have so many choices in our practice, and some of them feel better than others for all kinds of different reasons. The more we can map that for ourselves, the more we can make good choices that support us to feel good as we do our yoga practice, yeah? So after you've done a few of these, you can let the strap come down. Take a moment here to notice what you feel. Hope this has been an interesting exploration. I would love to hear what you think in the comments. And if you'd like more of this less is more type of approach to yoga poses and other yoga practices, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you soon.